Hey, good morning. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that you can take something away from what I have to say today. What I'm going to talk about is something that has been on my mind for a little while, but then over the weekend, two conversations had came about, and it really made me think. And then with me thinking, it made me want to share what I got from it with others, and I hope you can all take something away from it. Um, First conversation was I was having the other day with my boyfriend's mother, and we were talking like we always do, and she had said something about her finances, and we were talking about that. And with that, within the conversation, it ended up by saying, well, if you don't state what it is that you want, what your expectation is, if you don't state it to God and expect what you expect, then how are you going to receive it? So that was the ending of that conversation. And then the next day, I'm at breakfast with my family and my siblings, and, we're just talking and conversing, and I'm like, okay, their birthday's coming up. So we start talking about their birthdays. So I asked one of my siblings, like, what you want to do for your birthday? He says, I don't know. So I was surprised by his response. And then I asked my little sister, because her birthday is closer than his. So I asked my little sister, what is it that you want to do for your birthday? And she's like, I don't know. So that made me think, because if you ask me what I want to do for my birthday today, and today is June 2017. My birthday is not until February 2018. But if you ask me today what I want to do for my birthday, I have a whole list prepared, ready, and waiting on what I want to do for my birthday. Not saying I'm going to do it all, but I got some ideas in my head if you want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that made me begin to think, and it's just like, oh my goodness. It's so important to think about what it is that you want. It's so important to think about what it is that you want. As I'm sitting there and I'm at breakfast, different quotes began to pop in my mind. One was, how will you manifest it if you don't think about it? How are you going to manifest what you want in your life if you don't even think about what it is that you want? If you're just okay with whatever comes your way. Like, what is the point of having a brain if you're not going to use it to think about what it is that you want? Another quote that popped in my mind was, if you don't think about what you want, you won't think about ways to execute what it is that you want. And that's, it's all the same thing. If you don't think about what it is that you want, how are you going to execute it? Some people don't think about it because they already believe that it won't happen anyway. So why think about it? Because it's not going to happen anyway. But the thing is, if you begin to think about it first, then think about whatever it is that you want. If you begin to think about it first, then your mind works in a way. It's funny how the brain works, but your mind will begin to think of ways that you can obtain what it is that you want. Like, for example, say you want to buy a car, but you don't even put no thought into buying a car because you already know that you can't afford a car. So it's already in your head, like, I'm not thinking about it. I already know I can't afford it. Okay. How about we replace that thinking with, I want a car, and I'm going to get me a car. And I don't care about how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, but I'm going to get me a car. And you just put it out there. Don't think about how and when or whatever the case may be. Just believe that you're going to get your car, and you walk in that every day. So say you walking in that every day. Then your brain will begin to think of ways of how you're going to get that car. It could be stop eating fast food for a little bit so you can save that little bit of money. That could be $25 a week. It could be, well, you know what? I think I could pick up a second job. You might start finding dollar bills on the ground. getting checks in the mail. I'm trying to tell you. It's so true. I just received a check last week from Capital One, and I don't know, like, I was not expecting that check, but thank you. And as I say, I always got a check coming. Always. My mom be like, really, Antinette? Yes, I always got a check coming. Now she always got a check coming too. Because you have to just speak it into existence. Just think about it. Also, the last quote I had thought about was, you have to think. Think. Before anything happens, you have to think it first. Before anything was brought about, it was a thought first. That bed that you lay on every night was a thought first. Somebody thought, I'm tired of sleeping on this hard-ass floor. It's uncomfortable. Or whatever their thoughts was, I don't know. But they thought about it first. And then after that thought, they began to work on how to achieve what they thought about. Think. It's so important to think. It's just so important. You know, you just can't be okay with everything. You know, if you're okay with everything, then you can't change nothing. You can't just be so, going with the flow. If your boss do something, you just ignore it because it's okay. Or the job that you got, you're just going to accept it because the position that you have, you're just going to accept it just because it was given to you. And no, you have to work for it. But think about what you want.